Behind the southern charm lies razor-blade smiles and hearts of darkness.
Monsters we are.
You know the rest of that sentiment and the reasoning behind it.
The truest lie ever sung.
It is not in seeking monstrousness that we stave off the monsters of our hearts and thoughts.
We are monsters dead, and truly so.
Yet our monstrousness is solely in seeking to live.
Seeking to be that most human of animals.
Monsters we are.
Monsters we are.
The better to embrace the truth of our dead humanity.
The Coast After Dark is a mature-themed Discord play by Post Server based in and exploring the V5 world of darkness in and around the Mississippi Gulf Coast region.
It has a small local population with over 14 million tourists that visit annually.
Roughly an hour's time is all that is needed to travel from end to end.
The geography and size of the region has created a unique power structure that is formally known as the Council of Twilight.
It is sometimes called the Pentarchy.
Sometimes affectionate.
Sometimes oozing with disdain.
Come explore and safely experience the darker parts of the sun-kissed landscape
and your imaginations.
Greetings and salutations. How we doing, everybody? My name is Nobody. I am the storyteller and narrator of several actual plays, but tonight is going to be The Coast After Dark. The title of tonight's episode, our one-shot, will be The Coast Cost of Business. And we're just waiting for the other players to arrive. I'm going to step away for a few seconds, and then we will get this show on the road with a few introductions, and then we'll be off to the races.
I went to the wrong place.
Me too.
Well, hi there. How we doing?
We're doing fine, doing fine.
Excellent. All right. So, starter questions. While we get while other players arrive, hopefully in the next few moments, Jabal did build up the hype that he was going to make an appearance. So some of the scenes will have to be edited if he does not, and we're just awaiting Amelie to make their appearance. And we'll go from there.
I think questions for me is this is the coterie that was formed prior to play, correct? We're not going to be forming it in session.
Everyone except for the Fitchin and Cheval, yes.
Okay. How did we come to gather?
Tragic circumstances. Kimber is a member of Clan Gangrel. Okay. Edgar is a member of Clan Bruja, and Amelie is part of Clan Tremere. The others, we all know who they are and what they are, but they're not officially part of your trio of kindred. Calloway was your information broker and shadow. His falling out of grace reflected poorly on you all, so you all have been subsisting in the corners of the coast. However, due to various reasons, various sources, you all have it on good authority, substantiated by circumstance, that Ballard and Duncern have been somehow involved with Calloway's callously being disregarded from existence. Hello.
I made it. I'm here.
Yay!
I'm here.
Hi here. I'm Edgar.
We do have two other members that we're kind of sort of stalling for and playing off. But it wasn't on where Karina actually is, or Karina actually is presently, because we know where Edgar, Kimber, and Amelie are.
We don't know.
You did roll a rouse for this particular evening, correct? The route was to see was she up and active for where she was when we left off in post. So I wanted to see where on the coast was she approximately.
She probably stayed around. I forget his name. The guy that offered to not only Karina but CJ and Emily a stay
Yeah.
in the hole in the ground is called.
Yes, there's the curious thing about the hole in the ground is the hole is the hotel above board, and the ground, which is literally down what would have been a coal chute into the wide open space therein, is the ground, which is the nightclub bar aspect of it. It was a formerly really big rave bar. Lots of techno, European disco, and all the like. But under new management, as of near the beginning of 2023, there was a new management which turned into more of a dive situation, which is where you all entered into in June.
Yes, that is very true. Yeah, I know that I wanted to react to the situation that they were having, but life got in the way. So now I'm here.
No problem.
It does.
Honestly, just up and leaving the chaos seemed totally reasonable.
Yeah. I'm a gang girl. I tend to not want to be socially inclined despite being built socially.
Social is hard. People make it hard. People make it more difficult than it needs to be.
Exactly. It is. All right, let me go ahead and prepare my little setup here so I can play with y'all better.
Okay.
But yeah, I would be around the hole of the ground, probably. Then to get away from that mess, probably just kind of like up and left fucking CJ to work around whatever issues they're having now. Because every night that I met this man, he's been nothing but trouble to me.
Yep. That sums it up.
Yep. So just go, and I'm just having a night walk out into like the proper city, since I'm kind of like newish, traveling around, seeing kindred iconography and whatnot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And while we still play for time for Chaval and Fitchin, if they're going to make it, hello, who was that?
Chaval.
Hi, Chaval. How we doing?
I'm doing all right. Sorry, I'm later than I was expecting. I forgot about Friday night traffic.
Oh, but that's the best part of Friday.
Heck no. I had not worked Fridays, so I was visiting a friend, and then like coming back, like, why is it rerouting me? Why is my GPS not just taking the freeway? It's like, oh, right.
Yeah, that tends to happen. That tends to happen on Fridays.
Yeah, well, I also remembered that I knew some ways around town that GPS doesn't usually pick. And I beat my GPS this time. Haha.
Ooh, you fancy.
Oh,
No, that's a very good thing.
Chappelle, the demon rider, they call him.
All right.
Hold up the character sheet. There we go. All right.
Ow.
So we're going to do things a little differently than normal when leading into a one shot. Normally, I spend the entire bulk of the one shot in the build up towards where we're getting to, the theme and the pressures of the moment. And we're going to start relatively cold with you all telling me how you got there. As far as Kimber, Edgar, and Amelie, they are the remnants of the last coterie under the direct leadership of Mr. Calloway, the bullfrog. They were one of the many coteries that profited from his information and his access and his network of humans pawns that did his bidding throughout the entirety of the coast. His demise, they found, leads directly to Ballard and Duncern as being the cause for Mr. Calloway's disappearance. And like every good emotion possible, it begins with the need and the urge to avenge oneself on the injustices that the world heaps upon you. At least for those three, the central trio, the last remnants of the Bullfrog's power. Because the Bullfrog was in fact a very well-respected information broker amongst the kindred. The Bullfrog was a hub in a vast network of mortal and kindred interrelated agencies of association. And without him there, all of that power, all of those strings were picked up by other kindred, namely the Baroness, Prince Beaufort, and several others. But you can't hate the players, even if and when you hate the game itself. So the nature of avenging themselves puts them on the doorstep, the welcome mat to Ballard and Duncern.
So do we know what happened to Calloway, or did he just disappear?
There was a fire on the estate. The many catacombs and escapeways for his exit and entrances, unbeknownst to anyone else, had seemingly been collapsed. So someone had mapped out all that he was, or at least all the estate was, and utilized it to their own benefit. That benefit, of course, being his demise. And hello.
Hi.
Well, that just won't do.
Are you out and about? Fetching?
You here?
She's trying to eat it.
I think our player's a little bit out of it.
It doth appear that way. Fitchin, you're still there, bud?
Yes, I am. I am here.
Well,
My knee.
well, hello. Greetings. Even though it doesn't need to be said, welcome everyone. And this is the Coast After Dark one-shot. This is the Secret Coast and the Cost of Doing Business. Unlike our usual one-shots where we do all of the build-up on screen, tonight we're going to dive in and you all are going to do a little bit of the heavy lifting in regards to how your characters get to where we will begin, okay?
Awesome.
Excellent. So, we are roughly a little bit ahead of schedule in regards to what I was expecting. And so, very much, as always, my eternal thanks for the opportunities of engaging in our hobbies. June in Mississippi is one of the hottest periods of the year. Everyone assumes that the dog days of August, the Indian summer as they call it, would be the hottest period. Unfortunately, that is not the case, because June is when the stormy season has officially come to recognized end, and summer can exist free of the ocean storms, the shoreline storms, the storms of social and political upheaval that precedes now. And all of it comes to a head in that calm between the stormy season and the beginning of fall. So while yes, you will be a large puddle in your clothing during the dog days of summer, however, June is when it's still dry enough, when the shock of the previous month's storms, wet, and moisture finally dissipates enough so that you can realize exactly how hot it really is. So you can appreciate how those storms were a blessing in disguise, where you can appreciate just the sheer amount of rain that you had. All of that is no longer the case. Tempers flare. People are a little bit more annoyed. The tourists who are fleeing other climates for some god-awful reason choose June to go visit New Orleans, which means they clog up 90. They occasionally find their way onto the 10, but no matter where you are on the coast, you are rubbing elbows with persons from places so far north as Montreal or Quebec, or worse, Ohio. So we pick up on the evening of June 30th. The Muslim Islamic community are coming down from Eid. The Jewish community, who has been up in arms, are showing fraternal appreciation and association with the Islamic community of the coast. There have been protests. There have been mass police arrests of other fellow brothers and sisters in blue. There have been reports and outcry over senseless murders of those involved in and around the alternative community, the LGBTQIA. So in other words, without beating the horse too far past dead, it has been tumultuous, hot, and uncomfortable. We swoop as if we are a bird of prey along the shoreline, finding ourselves at an out-of-the-way hole in the wall, not far from the airport, where these particular kindred have found themselves this evening, as Edgar, Amelie, and Kimber plan. So, starting from the top and working our way down our little list, Amelie, Cheval, Edgar, Fitchin, Corinna, and lastly but not leastly, Kimber, how did you arrive here this evening?
Amelie doesn't particularly like to drive herself places. So she probably would have called a cab or an Uber, such as they are down by the coast. Kind of sweeping in a cloud of different herbal smells, big skirt, shawl type of thing, her face done up, very pretty dark skin, hair natural, kind of in locks, but bundled up into a big bun, and looking for the rest of her group.
So Cheval will find. So Cheval's just gotten out of an Eid service. I don't actually know the word for Sabbath in Arabic, so I won't butcher it. Just got out of the weekly service that is devoted to Eid at the local mosque. She is actually she's actually dressed to look Muslim, in that she has changed her headdress to be in a more North African Muslim style. than her usual, than what you see in her picture, basically. So like, it covers all of her hair, but then it also goes over the shoulders. The ears aren't showing. It's just eyes, nose, mouth. As far as what you see up top, and then everything covered except the hands below. She is wearing her recently fabricated trench coat, jeans, and sneakers, and she is showing up near the airport because the services got her thinking about what things are like back home in the Middle East. And so she just feels this urge to drive next to the airport and muse about her very different situation here in the United States as opposed to the way things were back in Tel Aviv.
All right. Edgar's method of travel is a sporadic mix of on foot and by the grace of whatever random passerby is willing to pick up a hitchhiker as he crosses the vast distances, or, well, relatively vast to outsiders and strangely small for those that actually live in the area of the coast, making his way up to the airport and waving his third transportation goodbye for the night. You're up, Fitchin.
Fitchin will probably be kind of like doing a mixing of like the same kind of I like driving over like vast amounts of space, but kind of like walking some ways. He is a brown skin, glasses kind of guy, fro, nice clothes, like nice trench coats for somebody who stays at home all day. He dresses quite nice. But yeah, he's not whimsical in how he goes about it. He asks here, maybe walks a bit longer here or drives longer there. He's a bit whimsical. Karina is a gangrel at heart, and as most gangrels, sometimes they have the need to wander, to go and explore. She's new to this place. She's exploring it. The first time she started exploring, she found a headache and a half. And she hopes that by walking away from this headache and a half, she can find something either interesting or just know more about this city. Something about a culture to her blood, or just because she's just that curious. She has the face to go hitchhiking or to ask for a little bit of carpooling, but she really, really prefers exploring things on foot. So even if it takes her a while, she starts walking, following her curiosity until she finds herself here. Either by fate or a mystery of the blood.
Kimber is similarly a gangrel. And she's here because she's looking for Duncern, obviously. Because they fucked with her man. Her boss. And she's tracked them down here. She is wearing a green tank top that shows off her tattoos and matches her green hair. And she rolls up on her motorcycle. In a cloud of exhaust. And she looks around for the people she was meeting here, Edgar and Emily.
So, like a randomly dealt hand of poker, you all find yourselves gathered in one place at one time. And then while this is not out of the ordinary in regards to most of the 8 billion people on the planet, for Kindred being in such close proximity, and with not one person mentioning that they had blushed, you are literally showing your hand to every other predator at present. By not blushing, most humans pass it off. Either they're sick, they're dirty, something's going on, maybe they might be addicted to something, maybe they need psychiatric help, but most people will always find a reason to explain that creeping, crawling dread of being in the presence of a predator when that predator happens to be bipedal. So you all know most people just don't pay that much attention. Most people make up all sorts of excuses in their head to not notice how dead you are. But for Kindred, one to the next, the sheer predatory nature of what you are, the void of life that you actually are, stands out like a beacon. So unblushed as you all make your way into this particular establishment, you all see each other. You all feel each other.
My apologies, storyteller. I neglected to mention I am still blushed from coming out of service.
Normally, that would be perfectly fine, but a lack of mention, we don't retcon. You can blush if you like upon entry.
Okay. Then I will choose to unblush because I don't want another rouse check at Hunger 3. Amazing how that works. All right. Duly noted.
You know what? Fuck it. This is a vampire establishment. I'm not gonna fake it.
What's up? Airport.
Well, near the airport. And the reason why I say near the airport is because Cajun's Fabulous Fried Chicken is normally what most people will assume to be a hole in the wall. Unfortunately, most people are not from the coast. Unfortunately, most people are not from Mississippi City, where Cajun's Fabulous Fried Chicken is, in fact, a major local landmark. So instead of the walk up and there's a huge shield of bulletproof plexiglass between you and the cook and you and the order taker, instead of the usual in and out sort of establishment, there are a significant amount of tables spread across the open space. This building once was, well, a play place for gymnastics. There were all sorts of tumbling teams and cheer teams. They used this huge warehouse-sized space, but that business and its model went under. In its place is now Cajun's Fabulous Fried Chicken. And unlike most Cajun's Fabulous Fried Chicken, this one has the opportunity and the liquor license to sell all sorts of adult beverages. You know, alcohol to clean the outside injuries and alcohol to clean the inside injuries, along with some deliciously fried, crispy, golden, hot chicken, as well as just your regular good old-fashioned Kool-Aid based chicken. It is the place where you go if you happen to live in and around Mississippi City with $6 and eat enough for 2 days. And the reason for that is, well, cheap eats for a good price is a business model that never goes out of style. And you all are close enough to the supposedly hidden Ballard and Duncern facility just off of Hughes Avenue that circles up and around into Washington Avenue on the east side of Gulfport Biloxi International Airport.
If there's a ton of mortals in here, I will blush before getting through the door.
Oh, what do you consider a ton?
I don't know.
Well, I don't necessarily like the idea of going through this unblushed. I'll also take the wonderful risk.
I would say more than like 8.
Do they have to be sober?
Every what?
Do they have to be sober?
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, then there is a surprisingly few of those, including the entirety of the 16-person staff that are on duty that are actually quantified as sober.
I think anybody who arrives earlier, Fitchin is kind of like kind of likes to be early, and he'll hold the door for anybody else who who just so happens to walk by, I guess, or want to go in.
Just a polite kindred.
As far as my preparations, I will simply change the way I'm wearing my headdress so that my face is covered and that I'm now only showing my eyes.
My preparations? I put on a sick pair of 1980s rose-tinted sunglasses.
Nice.
Does that come with or without the Led Zeppelin scream?
It comes with it. I'm the only one that can hear it.
Wow.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know what I was going to say.
Okay. I'm essentially, I think I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit and blush.
Indeed.
All right. That we still rolling in the dice rollers, right? Roll here.
Life play.
Live play dice. There we go. Thank you all. Blush. Wait, and blush.
It would just be a rouse roll.
Okay. Rouse. And that is hunger 3 for me.
That is a very, very good thing. There's nothing like going to a place with all you can eat for a good value and having a bit of an appetite. Unfortunately, unlike most of the living red-blooded individuals entering and exiting the facility, your hunger is for something considerably less spiced, less battered and fried. Your hunger is for something considerably more human versus foul. Though many of the humans that are entering are in fact physically foul. Some of them you see entering barely pulling up their pants in time to make it through the door and maintain some semblance of decency. Others losing their pants and underwear on the way out. The bathroom is littered with the remnants of, well, no one is going to catch us.
Everybody's fucking drunk.
I see. As I take note of this, and you said that I'm, well, not I, but we're all able to sense each other with that amount of predatory presence,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I think what I want to do, well, one is to confirm that feeling with sense the unseen. But before I do that, I'll have a look at the next horny guy.
I wink back.
And since the bathroom is filled with no one is gonna see us, well, what's another one gonna be?
Okay.
You make a good point.
Being as it is an active attempt, a squinting of the third eye, as it were, would you be so kind as to go ahead and roll your wits plus awareness for me?
Wit and awareness. Oh my. Let me see if I remember how to roll here. That would be... I could just write wits plus awareness. Hunger 3. Difficulty, I'll let you decide on that. And that is wits plus awareness, 1 success.
Oh my dear me. Every city throughout the entirety of the continental United States and throughout the bulk of the world is built atop the bones of the past. Every city. Some cities are built several score of times over and over atop all of the dead of the past. And while that is not exactly the case in Mississippi City, while that is not exactly the case as to where you presently are, it is the farthest thing from an actual lie. While the mud beneath your feet that most of the buildings are built atop of, those buildings, those persons who weren't able to spend the ungodly amount of funds to have a second, third, or fourth floor space beneath them, there's just thick, rich, bright red Mississippi mud stained with the blood of everything and everyone that had come before. So as you find yourself squinting into the void of all the worlds that abut this physical one, the presence of all of those ghosts, the presence of all of those stories untold begin to weigh down upon you. The reality as to how Mississippi came into being, the fires, the warfare, the camp followers who decided to stay after several other score of battles, the families who literally fled to the water to escape all that had driven them there, the callous disregard of life that occurred when it was a boom town before the dozers came and rebuilt what it presently is atop itself. And worse yet, because you are in such close proximity to the airport, the weight of all of those flying dead that have been shipped into Biloxi. At the end of Vietnam, even Kessler was there. There were so many bodies that came back, young Mississippi boys who lost themselves either due to their own hands or the enemies, leading up to and during and throughout the entirety of the Vietnam War. There were so many bodies that came back that a bulk of them landed at Gulfport, Biloxi. There were so many of them that came back that many families, fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, decided to join them upon having their bodies shipped back in barely there cardboard crates, bits and pieces still left behind because it was just too much work to scoop the entirety of them together to put into the cardboard crate. That is the weight that Corinna feels staring into the unknown. That is the presence that crawls across her skin. Those are the tears that fill her eyes with the reality as to what cities are, to the reality of what Mississippi City specifically is and what it had been. As she's dealing with that, Kimber, Emily, Edgar, you all have gathered for a reason, for a purpose, and here you are reconnecting in the shadow of all that has happened thus far, and there are several other kindred present. Almost as if fate has lent a hand, if nothing more than for bullet shield even. What is it that you all are up to?
Kimber is going to sense the beast to see if these folks are feeling violent tonight. And let's see.
Amelie is just kind of holding court in her little corner table with enough room for everybody to sit at, with her doctored red drink that she's just kind of slowly stirring, pretending to drink it. So that's where she's at.
All right.
Cherry, please don't make me roll.
What?
Please don't make me roll. I beg of you.
You can just tell me how violent you're feeling.
Oh, I'm not.
Much like much like the rest of this group, he's just kind of watching these other these fellows as they go about the room, and kind of leans over and is like, I think it's good providence tonight. Perhaps something of a blessing. We should not waste it. What are your...
What are the chances that they're here and they're not with them?
If they are with them, then they can still be used. If they're
Fitchin
not,
is like,
even better. What are you saying, Fitchin?
like Fitchin is kind of like nearby, like a table. He's notably on like a phone, and just he's like scrolling around, talking to someone that at present doesn't seem to be there.
Is he feeling violent tonight?
No, not like. If anything, it's like almost like a reverse, where it's a bit almost like nervous, I guess.
Well, what's the roll to resist? I don't know what it is offhand.
I don't know. Never resisted it.
It is contested, right?
Well,
It's not
composure plus subterfuge.
This wasn't in the script. Don't resist.
They're going rogue! They're going rogue!
Roll.
Alright, what's the explicit power?
It's sense the beast. No, that is the actual resistance roll.
It is, I just looked.
What?
Composure plus subterfuge is the resistance to sense the beast.
I believe if you're doing it on a crowd, it's just the person with the highest pool rolls.
successful.
Yay.
Well, or in this case, the only person who seems to care about resisting
is the violent, paranoid, masked assassins in the doorway. The masked, violent assassin who is obfuscating their visage. The masked, paranoid assassin who is warily watching the crowd.
I can feel you trying.
Not to say that there is absolute violence present, but as a good old-fashioned red-blooded Mississippian, there's just something right about that, considering that void of indiscernible intentions is present. That void of clear predatory nature with indiscernible intent is in fact present and glowering because it is an effort to obfuscate and hide oneself. There's no subtle way to pish-tush the slight touch of the supernatural.
I say we should murder her.
He flicks a toothpick at Kimber. Do to others as you would have them do to you. That's what the good book says, and I think that we should be kind and helpful. Hope that they are kind and helpful in return.
Baby doll, have you ever actually read the good book? That book is not all that great. Thank you.
It is a path forward. How you walk it is how you walk it, but it is a good path.
You're crazy.
I'm
But
not
if you
crazy.
wanna-
I'm inspired. You're the one that's staring at that person over there like they're somehow offended you. Still, let me show you how it's done. Kinda.
Do I overhear this, storyteller?
I'm not being quiet about it.
Well, I'm not either.
I mean,
Okay.
how close are you? I'm not talking about
I don't know
murder
how
wildly
quick
enough.
it is. I'm going to pretend to be normal and go order something from the front.
All right. Well, we did say we're at a corner table. How far is the corner table from the front?
Very close enough to be heard.
There we go.
Got it.
So you hear us.
Okay, so I've heard everything. Okay, fine. All right.
Yep.
Right.
So,
As Edgar's just like, now let me show you how it's done. So he cracks his fingers outwards and begins to shift himself up out of his seat, turning his attention towards Cheval.
No,
So
God,
I start. I actually, as soon as I'm done ordering my drink, because that's all I'm going to pretend I'm interested in. I actually turn to see who is the one who mentioned approving of a book, because I too approve of people of books. So seeing him walking towards me, I'm like, oh goody. Do I recognize him as attached to the voice, or was I too preoccupied? I guess I should. Do I just coin flip for this?
Sure.
Okay, I will. I'm grabbing a random.
Everyone is more hilarious.
Hilarious.
All the memes.
Okay, so this is a rouse just as a coin flip, not for any other reason. Oh, baller. Of course. Coin flip says, I do not recognize him. Okay, but I turn looking for, I'm walking towards the area where I heard his voice. Soda pop in hand.
Yeah, no, he's making clear, direct, eyeball to eyeball eye contact unless you're purposefully averting them.
Hello?
Hello there.
Oh, you are the one making wonderful comments about the value of religion. I so approve.
Yes.
May I join you?
Absolutely. Kind of looks back towards Kember with a yeah. It goes turns back. Please.
And I just know who I just know who I'm deliberately sitting next to.
He just gestures forward. Please, after you.
and I
Emily
go take a
kind of looking at Kimber, roll her eyes.
Kimber rolls her eyes back. We're clearly used to this behavior.
You all, in fact, are. Total, who has the highest wits and insight, by the way?
might be me.
Well, the highest what?
Wits and insight.
4.
And insight.
Yeah, I'm at a 3.
4.
It is a 3 over here.
Okay, so the average is 3.5. So, needless to say, as you all gather at the table, there is an impossibility of realizing how traumatized Marina is. No tears have fallen, but the eyes are moist. The pupils are swimming in the unshed tears of realizing the history that has gotten the world around her to where it presently is.
Oh
That's
my.
insane, y'all.
I'm gonna go get that one too. He points towards wherever Karina is in the building. They look like they could use some help.
They're sizing up drunkards for feeding. You all are kindred. You understand the look of someone who is absently hunting. It's kind of like being at a buffet or a party where the food is out. You're not really hungry, but you're still picking around the edges. That's how she's scanning and skimming over the crowd. Someone just drunk enough to easily have your way with, but you're not really hungry. We'll get there when we get there. Yet you all recognize what that adds up to.
Yeah. That's what happens when you store a bunch of barrels of gasoline next to the ammunition depot.
Fitchin whispers into like fucking nothing air, and he's like, "These guys are they're a bit on the dangerous side. We should keep our distance if we can."
Hello there. Are you doing okay, miss?
Huh?
Well, I just helped but noticed that you look a little thirsty. He gives a wink. And I don't think that you're really going about it the right way. I'm here to prevent an accident.
Karina's gonna, like, hold her head a bit, like, just trying to recompose herself. Yeah, sugar. Sorry. Just had a little epiphany. And, it kind of mind struck. It's been a while since I've been in Mississippi. Who are you?
The name is Edgar. Who are you?
Howdy, Edgar. I'm Karina Harthorn.
All right, wonderful. Well, Miss Harthorn, before you go about toppling over the Jenga tower, how about you join me and my group of friends over there? He gestures towards the table. We can arrange something for you, perhaps. Better than digging in a trash can, so to speak.
I look at the group. I look at the trash can, aka the drunkard. I take another look at the group and then another look at the trash can, and I say, "Yeah, I'm probably. I'll step out whenever I can. Yeah, sure."
All right, wonderful. I've got one more to collect, and then I will join you guys over there. Feel free to make conversation. None of them bite. Probably.
Neither do I until I'm pissed.
Good. Well, then I'm glad we're in high spirits. Now, scoot along.
Go.
Can I shoes them over towards the table?
She goes.
And Cheval waves. Because, as you say, the restaurant's small enough I can hear everything, so I just wave.
And last but not least, he slinks up to the side of Fitch and... Hello there! I couldn't help but notice you were in the middle of a conversation. Mind if I butt in?
Yeah, you shouldn't scare me like that. Dr. Louise and Barnes says that, I should, get out more, so I'm, yeah,
Yes, well,
sure.
I don't necessarily see a doctor, but...
He's right there. Right next to you.
I looks beside him, looks to the other side of him, looks to Fitchin. With kind of
rude
look
not
of
to acknowledge
sympathy. Yeah, no, absolutely. Kind of just tries to follow where their eyes are tracking. It's a pleasure to meet you, Doctor.
And, there's nothing there. Just, I don't know if Edgar plays along, but...
No, he's playing along.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. You said you wanted me to join you, right?
Yeah, over there. We kind of accidentally noticed that this has turned into a bit of a hornet's nest, and we would rather not stir the bees.
Right. I can bring my phone, right?
So long as it's not recording, I'm more than happy to. Would you be fine with leaving it face up on the table?
Sure. Right.
Wonderful. Well, then follow along with me. You and your lovely doctor friend can come along and meet the rest of everybody that's here, apparently.
See, Dr. Louisenbarn, it's we're doing good already.
Indeed.
And Fitchin will join you. You can.
All right, look at that. See, this is how you talk to people. This is how you get people over to your table, Kimber. Not just staring at them and hoping they notice.
You know what? Great job, Edgar. Great job.
You know, I am a people person. Of
Yeah,
course, I also say that you are what you eat. Well, I'm glad at least one of you get.
Or aren't you just a bunch of oddballs here?
Fitchin places his phone down, like right side up with the screen on. And it looks like there's just a notepad up. And that's pretty much it.
Edgar will nod in appreciation. So then, what brings you three strangers out this way?
I'm gonna be honest. I just kind of wonder. There's this fucking dick ass guy that wants to be a fucking I don't know, tourist trap or some type of like musician. He's been nothing but a pain on my fucking ass. I think he was having like some type of trouble back in where he was, so I decided to fucking leave, and here I am, just wondering.
Oh. Okay, alright, wonderful. Looks over to Cheval. And you?
Well, I was just thinking about other places, which made me think about going near the airport, and pulled into the parking lot and then noticed unusual clientele and thought I would come in and give a closer listen to see if my suspicions were correct.
Unusual clientele, if you wouldn't mind elaboration.
Oh, let's just say I've noticed none of us are here for the fried chicken.
I see, okay. And last but not least, Fitchin and your doctor. I apologize, they have such a unique name. What did you say their name was again?
Dr. Louisenbarn.
Louisenbarn. Dr. Louisenbarn. Yes.
He and my are we allowed to say
no, we're not allowed to say funny words.
Right. The doctor and the other doctor told me that I should probably come here and that other people be here, I think. And I don't remember. The doctor usually does that part for me.
Okay, wonderful. So we have three people that just so happen to be here.
Storyteller, I'm really just curious if she opens up since the unseen, would she be able to see the doctor? And since she already knows what being here is going to be like, she's not going to be overwhelmed by it, because obviously she's done this sort of thing for a while.
Well, she hopes.
Yeah.
And therein lies the gambit of it all. The risk, the reward. The worlds that abound this one have their own laws. that they obey strictly. There's only so much that they can do to affect you. And one of the first and clearest ways of allowing them to potentially affect you is by taking notice and being noticed taking notice. It is, in fact, a gamble. This many kindred, as many lives have been taken by this particular group of individuals, all being so close together. It's literally like the parasitic interrelationship between scavengers and actual apex predators. In your wake, even right now, are sure that there are a boundless number of formerly living, unable to move on presences. The question is, are you going to gamble on those presences, and those presences that hunt those presences having access to who and what you are in this present gathering?
She's confident enough in her skill that she'd take it.
Okay. Let's make it happen. Wits plus asks. If you would like to put a DC, you don't have to. The DC is, in fact, 5.
Hot damn.
That's a very high DC.
It is a very large number of kindred all close in on each other.
Nah, you can do it. I believe in you.
I also believe.
I, for one, believe.
I don't.
Somebody.
That's that's harsh. That's
that's tasty.
as she just has a fucking epileptic fit in the stall.
All the kind, run.
Remember when I said I didn't believe in you? You're welcome.
You jinxed it.
That's wild.
All right. All right. First things first. Are you going to resist the presence of all of those entities reaching into your heart? Or are you going to use your own anger as sword and shield? Are you going to channel the ferocity natural to kindred to keep yourself safe? Or trust that everything will work out?
Every little thing.
Gonna be alright.
Oh man.
I'm all for seeing what the fuck happens.
All right. That means you are not going to resist the frenzy as your body stops being your own. You're not going to resist the efforts of those other entities to find a gateway forth into this particular moment. One of the many things that, unfortunately, Karina was not aware of when staring into the void and the history of Mississippi City and all of the shows that have come before is they have been churned up. They have been beat into a lovely froth, not just because of the history that has come before, but because of those in the area known as the Ballard and Duncern Investment and Logistics families of companies that have been utilizing the living for their own ends. As Amelie opens herself to the many vistas just beyond the horizon of the physical world, those screaming, yawning dead, seeking every small kernel of warmth of the living, filter into her. There is a certain way that people sit. It's part of who and what they are. Everyone finds their path of ease when sitting, when being, when breathing. You all don't breathe, but there is still a certain characterization held throughout the entirety of your musculature, denoting who and what you are. In the moment as Amelie's eyes bleed to near perfect white cataracts, that changes as you all are talking and conversation here, and the doctor's brought up. Her shoulders crawl higher and higher Her posture folds in on itself as if she is an aluminum can being crushed for recycling. Smaller and smaller as her shoulders raised until they're nearly touching her ears, and her back is bent nearly in half. Her chin inches above the table, her fangs extending, and the entire bit of color that existed in her eyes are no longer there. Her hair even takes on the hue of something long dead and spiderweb-like. Her fingers twisting into claws, scarring the table as she sits and bends.
I assume this is noticeable for the rest of the building.
Yeah. Karina's gonna ask, hey y'all, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's, oh god, not again. Kimber, help me get her outside.
Yep, let's go.
Doctor?
I help them get her outside.
Okay, so that being the case, who has the highest strength in Brawl? Please add 2 and give it a roll. Emily, would you roll your strength in Brawl as the setting the DC, as all of that is gone. All of that conscious effort, they're all filled with blood. They're steaks. You eat steak.
Okay, my strength in Brawl is 6.
Karina wins.
Good.
Yes.
Right.
All right, Karina, go ahead and roll 10 dice and hope that your 5 hunger does not lead to another bestial or messy.
No, not my hunger. 3 hunger.
Oh, come on now.
All right, roll, which is strength
Plus Brawl.
plus roll plus 2. Roll. That is. Oh, you're giving me a DC already. Delicious.
Yep, DC is 5.
5.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There we go. Hunger 3. There we go.
Hunger 300.
Oh my god.
Success.
Nice.
Here's to
She
not
just-
a problem.
She just potato sacks you.
Yeah.
It is, in fact, very much like that. The 3 of you all leaping to the fore just before Emily loses her patience with being still. Before the snarl completely makes it out of her throat, you all dogpile her, managing to get her up and out of the seat and out of the door before anyone else has the opportunity of realizing their life is seconds from being over.
Just kind of as we're going out the door, and I assume the rest of our kindred posse's fine. Sorry about that, she missed her medication. Everything's fine, bye.
Doctor, I told you they were dangerous. They're crazier than I am. Oh, but I'm not crazy though, right, Doctor? Fine.
Sutle putem mad.
Uh-oh.
I have no
I
idea
think
what
we're
you
in
said,
trouble,
but
Doctor.
I know the word shit in any language, so yeah, I agree.
Emily. Snap
That's
out of it.
that's my attempt at a Cajun French.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you should shake them some more.
Yeah.
Let's just pull them off somewhere where it's not
Yeah.
going to be overly visible.
Yeah, let's go.
Does anybody bring a car?
I've got a trunk.
You've got a trunk.
Yeah, it's a car with a trunk.
Do you have any rope in your trunk?
No.
Why?
Because if we let go of her, she's gonna tear the fucking trunk apart.
Yeah, well, I wasn't just intending on leaving her in the trunk. We have a job to do tonight. We just need to snap her out of whatever the fuck is going on with her. Hey, Emily, sorry about this. And the moment that they're like in a non-populated area, you're just going to smack the fuck out of Emily and attempt to wake her up.
Well,
Yeah.
That you?
That seems effective.
The laying on of hands always has a result. It may not be the result as intended, but there is power in it all the same. And as Edgar's relatively staunch hand claps your cheeks, Amelie.
No.
Hey, yo.
Why do you keep doing this to me, nobody?
There is a realization. There is a flash of light. There is a moment, a small flash, a lightning strike of right at this moment, miles away, looking out onto the tarmac. There is a shoulder-length haired ginger with a full beard, crystal clear blue eyes, speaking into the shadows behind him. A few more hours and we'll be ready. All of our intelligence thus far has proven to be accurate. We know exactly. No, doesn't matter. Just get on with it already. We have held off long enough. And just like that, the conversation continues. Just like that, you're sure at this very moment, there is a Mr. Alexander ramping up the effects and the aims of whatever it is that he is up to. The flash of light and the slap as Edgar claps your cheeks has that dancing across your vision. Do you choose to stay where you are in the absence of everything or fight your way back to your flesh?
Always ready to come back.
Well, while you're thinking about that, Kimber is like, we could point her at Dunsern.
I'm sorry, I left the days of just sending people off to go die for wanton mayhem behind.
Well, I mean, I didn't say we'd leave her, obviously.
You said point her at it. What the fuck are you in?
Dr. Louisenberg says we shouldn't use our friends to do stuff like that.
Wonderful. Amelia, are you back? Alright, well, I guess I gotta cock back another one.
Alright. How about giving me a shot, sugar?
Oh, what?
Let me have a shot at it.
As Edgar or whoever goes to smack her, she catches their hand. Hit me again, see what the fuck happens.
Oh shit, she's back.
Oh.
Run, doctor. She's crazy.
Hold on. Hold
she's
on.
back.
Before we go anywhere, I saw something.
Alright, what is it?
Bearded man, ginger. He's at a hangar somewhere. They're pushing the plan forward now. Shit. Alexander? Do we know an Alexander?
I know many Alexanders.
Hey, doctor, do you know Alexander? No, I didn't think so.
Mr. Alexander.
I just got here.
Does that sound familiar, Kimber?
Can I do a wits plus politics or something to remember who this person is?
Yes, roll as high as you can.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, I was trying to help him see the damn doctor that he's talking about, and then
I got 3.
Angry fucking spirits.
Let me get off of you.
What a dapper young gentleman. What a dapper gentleman.
What a True.
There's wait. Did you say Alexander, as in Alex Duncern?
Alex Thayer.
Had to be. Had to be.
Thayer Duncern.
Yeah, and at a hangar, and they're trying to push the plans forward. He was talking to somebody else, and they said that they're tired of waiting, that they were going to push it forward.
Can you tell which direction that hangar was?
She was quiet for a minute, trying to think about where she is in relation to where she felt like she was in that vision.
For those of you who have the Google map up, there is a small road just to the east of the Gulfport Biloxi International Airport. It is called Avkrad Road. Directly across from Avkrad Road are a series of towers and business park, and directly where Avkrad crosses towards Adams, there is a singular dark building, a mirrored surface during the day that gives almost every pilot that lands at the Combat Readiness Training Center problems. Because even at night, there seems to be some inner light from that building, causing reflections from the lights from the tarmac and from the plane themselves to interfere with their landing. Most of you all who have had the opportunity of during your living years to fly into the airport recognize that building. Because while there are no true skyscrapers near the airport because of the flight risk, that building always seems to stand above the others. That building always seems to be the center of every black hole from every movie that you've ever seen. It draws the eye and repels your sense of safety in equal measure.
Oh, fun. Fuck.
That's where you remember yourself being. Looking out on the tarmac, looking past the Combat Readiness Training Center. Looking at the grounds where the secret projects for the United States Air Force, for private aeronautics companies, all find themselves when they operate in the relative tax freedom of the Mississippi area. Things that should be hidden at Kessler, but don't want to pay the federal government, hide at the Combat Readiness Training Center. It is the place where pilotless drones, subsonic private commercial jets, weapons of less than mass destruction are created.
Oh man.
So it's near here?
Yeah, that weird ass black building thing out by the other airport, the small airport with the secret government base thing, that kind of weird shit.
Oh, I don't ever like hearing the word secret government base.
Ooh, oh, Doctor, they definitely have computer parts there. I need some.
Storyteller, I am not a local. Would I be familiar with this building, having been here for like a year and change now?
No. You didn't fly in. You and Iqbal came through several other paths to get to the coast. And
well, we traveled separately, and
yes.
Iqbal flew in, but I wouldn't know what Iqbal saw.
Yes.
So, moot point. All right, fair. Okay, I don't know. All good. So I will ask. I don't know this black building you speak of. Could you show it to me?
Yeah,
The doctor wants to see it too.
The general idea is that we're most likely, and he's looking to Amelie and Kimber for confirmation, we're most likely going to be heading out that way. So we'd be glad to have you along.
Okay.
Can I ask a polite question?
So long as you're polite about the question.
What the fuck are you guys doing?
Several things.
Yeah, what are we doing? The doctor
We're going
didn't
to be
say.
having some fun tonight. Some good old-fashioned fun. I think you'll enjoy it. It'll do a lot of good for you.
I've heard that before. It wasn't that fun.
Oh,
You know what? As long as I'm away from fucking Mr. Nickelback, I'm good.
All right.
I'm willing to do this in exchange for something. And
That's it.
unless I have more information.
Fine. You know what? Hold on. First, I want to apologize for being a bitch today. I'm in a bad mood because our boss got murdered. These guys murdered my boss. Want to help?
Ooh, I'll help.
Who's your boss?
I'm not.
jolly good man. A real friend of the family.
I'm not good at stuff, but the doctor said you should always use your skills to help out your friends, and I'm good at computers and stuff.
Absolutely. That's downright Christian of you.
What's a
Great.
Christian?
Listen, I'm down for some good old revenge. I just need to know where we stand and what's going on. And I show my knuckles. I know how to give a good fight, and I can take a good punch.
Wait,
Yeah.
we're hurting people? Hold on.
I like you already.
There's a bunch of hoity-toity types that unfortunately offed our boss. At least we think that they're involved in offing our boss. His name was the Bullfrog, and he was a wonderful ally.
Bullfrog.
And at this, Cheval is at hearing the name Bullfrog. Cheval goes, "Oh, well, I think I can be amenable to this now that I know who it's for."
Wonderful. Well then, unless
Wait,
it's
you know the boss?
new.
Yeah. I
Knew
know
the boss.
Yes,
God damn it.
yes, I knew the boss. And well, show me the building. I'm gonna, if I get close enough to it, I'm gonna see if I can learn anything else about it when I get close to it.
Okay, well that's great. That means we've got to move. That means we're getting on the way, right?
Please.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
said you got a car?
I
Can
have
drive
a car.
us over?
I can drive people. Who else is like?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of us. Can your car fit 6 of us?
You forgot
No.
the doctor.
I can take my bike. It's fine. As long as the rest of you get there.
I have a standard 3 back seat, one
Alright.
sedan.
Let the doctor sit in the front.
Yeah, we'll do that.
You're so accommodating.
I am.
Wait, the doctor. I'm not even gonna question that. The doctor, that leaves a person out.
Somebody can ride on the bike with me.
Yeah, I'll
go.
come with you, Kimber. No.
I'll go.
I don't necessarily know if. All right, whatever. Kimber, your choice. You have at it. I'm starting to lose my patience. We just need to get this job done and over with. Amelie has already encountered a big.
Edgar, get on.
Alright,
I trust you,
just so
Ben.
y'all know, I'm kind of peckish. That's it.
All right. Am I
Alright, everybody.
standing on the?
Let's set sail. Wait,
Am I
that's for boats.
Am I standing on the equivalent of like the wheel pegs on the side?
Huh?
No. Well, you can, or you can ride, bitch.
Oh.
It's your choice.
I don't know what that means, but I'll ride if no one else wants to.
No,
As long as the doctor's okay with it.
Riding bitch is just sitting on the seat behind me, holding me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Usual.
I mean,
No, I think I'll stand on the pegs, thank you. Riding bitch is not my style.
oh wait, we have to touch people?
No. Just no. It's fine.
No.
We got this.
Yeah,
You're
you
going in the
fall
car.
into that car and follow us.
Okay.
And therein lies the biggest facet of the coast. The biggest facet of Mississippi, especially along the coast, because it is a tourist hotspot. The pseudo-rich, the nouveau-rich, the wannabe-rich, all coming for the great weather, and the not-rich, the average American, the middle-class, middle-of-nowhere Americans who realize that going to New Orleans is a money trap, finding places along the coast to reside because it's less than an hour drive into New Orleans. The traffic is hell. When you can move at your own pace, there's a very good chance that you will arouse the local constabulary to milk you for a few dollars. A citation here, an improper seatbelt, or what have you. So getting from your location there, just off of Pass Road, over to Hughes and down and around without alerting any of the authorities is less than easy, but not quite difficult. And as the cadre of Kindred make their way toward the airport, make their way down Hughes and over to Avkrad to find a place to park and alight, it is 35 after the hour. Let's take a quick 10 and be right back here at 45 after. There's a common aphorism that getting there is half the fun, that the journey is what's most important. That is 100% completely untrue in this particular case. With the knowledge that Amelie, Corinna just arrived, Fitchin is a relative local, so too are Edgar and Kimber. You all are able to navigate through the absolute clusterfuck of tourists, police, civilians, and others who are doing their best to maximize their 8/80 air conditioning on such a horribly humid evening. There shouldn't be this many people out, yet because of the protest, because of the outcry over the police misconduct, because of the growing ferocity of the civil unrest as man to man, woman to woman, Mississippi has slowly been burning since the gas station exploded all those months ago. There's been one incident after another from Mardi Gras till today, and there's still far too many people flooding into the area. It's one of those things you don't really notice at first when there's a few more faces, and then a few more faces, then a few more faces, like frogs in a pot, the heat slowly being turned up this entire time. It's only as you are navigating through the backways, through the byways, by cutting around blocks where most people don't drive down because it's relatively unsafe. One of the highest crime areas in Mississippi, who has the 14th highest violent crime rate of all of the southern states, is this portion of Mississippi City leading to the airport. The airport was put here partially to offset the quote-unquote urban blight, to offset the crime rate. Instead, what it has managed to do is condense and multiply it. And over these last few months, since the gas station explosion, it has only grown. And it's only now, as you all are navigating the streets, that it becomes a little more apparent. Almost as if the average of 23 million individuals that visit the coast over the course of the year have chosen right now to make themselves known. So as you all navigate your way there, it is a worrisome, bothersome thing. For those of you locals who understands that this amount of congestion is at best man-made and at average completely unnatural. As if someone has been stacking the deck, as if someone is building towards a crescendo.
Doctor, it's a bit looks a bit how do I describe it? Everything's too close, Doctor. I don't want anything to touch me. Don't let them touch me, Doctor. Don't let them touch me.
Alright, discounting that, this is not fun.
This is bullshit.
I told you it wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, no, bullshit is the word for it. Well, try and keep up, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't do anything. Well, I guess I'm driving, so I'm not gonna do anything to summon the fucking cops.
Cheval is driving very cautiously, as is her norm.
We're a convoy.
Convoy, convoy, convoy.
Police attention, police attention, police attention.
Oh, that's bad.
All right, so as you all are making your way there, I will give you a small, and I don't really like tactical maps, and it's not going to be a tactical map, but just in case anyone's not paying attention to the Google map, to give you an idea as to where you all are headed and the approximate path you guys are approaching from when you get closer there. So let me just do that.
Thank you. I'm looking at the appropriate area on Google Maps. I just don't know necessarily what fucking building we're talking about here.
I know what building it is. Out of character from my other character.
Well, this is the other location, but yes, this is the building.
Oh, okay. Wait a second. Really?
Yes.
Oh, well, this is a little bit south of what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's close enough to have complete and total autonomy there at the edge of the airport, to be out of the way and in the flow of things without anyone ever noticing. Their other location is considerably more hidden. And unfortunately for those who live in the area, they still feel the deleterious effects of all of their testing, because there are passageways and pathways between the different areas, the different installations, ways that are vile and unnatural.
Vile and unnatural.
What's the parking situation look like around there?
Ridiculously inefficient. As you all ease, well, I'm leaving it up to you to tell me which road you are attempting to once you get closer. As you see where you all are, roughly an eighth of a mile there, that little arrow of Falcon is where you all are approaching from. How and where you all park matters so very much.
If possible, I'd like to park near that intersection that's at Adams and whatever that thing that doesn't have a name on the map you just shared.
Oh, the one that's like real close?
If I like at the T junction with my car facing out. So if it turns out we have to beat it, there's not even bothering with a U-turn or a 3-pointer. It's just go.
Okay, so at the small intersection there just off Adams, we're still roughly a little bit more than a 16th of a mile to the building. You find parking. And again, the parking in the area is designed to be inefficient at best, so that stragglers and oddities stand out. This is a relatively highly patrolled area because just over 47th, there is one of the National Guard installations. It should be, of course, nearer to Kessler, but because of the way that Mississippi owns things, they receive a discount and have better access to the public by being here near the actual public service airport. So there is a National Guard installation, i.e. a corporate base for the National Guard just over 47th.
Oh, Edgar, you're thinking of a different T-junction than I am. I didn't realize I was being ambiguous. The one closer to our target building. You've pulled one further south.
Oh, okay, gotcha. What? So you're wanting to just pull right up onto the fucking building?
No, kitty corner, the other corner with the car facing.
Very, very fucking close.
Yes, very close, so that it doesn't take forever to run back to the car if we need to. But the car pointed towards Falcon when it parks if it's street side parking. So I'm not looking at it. So.
There are ways and spaces to park there without being too much in the way. It is a busier intersection, which means there are, in fact, more authority presence, because not every vehicle that patrols this area under the auspices of security is actually officially granted police powers, even though in the moment they are indiscernible. They're employees of the airport, there are employees of the various business parks, there are private security companies in the outlying area that use this area because it's a good source of money. The airport literally throws money at most of the businesses in the area.
Mm-hmm.
And that money goes in turn to private security, partially because Ballard Duncern are an investment firm that have their fingers throughout the entirety of the community. Ballard and Duncern gives money like most people spread germs. Constantly, often, and without any regard to what the effects might be.
Fair enough.
Being this close to the building, those of you with Sense the Unseen, you all will receive a -1. You are at the epicenter to the mouth of hell. You are staring at the uvula of Mephistopheles himself. You are breathing the same foul, brimstone-tinged air as all of the other demons and devils of the deep.
Doctor, it's a little hard to breathe. Look at them. They look like they'll eat us.
Who's gonna eat you? I park further away than that.
Where are we thinking?
Kind of on the small little road.
The access road?
Yeah. Where Adams curves up. Or curves north. And then there's a little tiny road there.
The little access road that leads over to Alfrod?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna park, like, not in a parking lot.
Along the southern edge of 47. Alright, so.
Thank you for pulling that up. It'll make it easier for me to describe where exactly I was referring to.
No problem. So what you're talking about, Kimber, is like through here, right?
What? Oh, hold on. You're streaming.
Yeah, look at the stream, yeah.
Give me 1 sec. Hey, here you are.
So even if we don't have Sense the Unseen active, we're still taking the minus.
Oh yeah, you are literally in the presence of, like, you have been dead long enough to know that the monstrosity of being kindred, what that means on a night-to-night basis. And yet this is still a deeper, darker presence, a malevolence that is pervasive enough to have the hairs on your arms stand on end. A malevolence so darkly, sickly sweet that you can taste it on your tongue. It's literally walking into a place where ritualistic cannibalism took place for hundreds of years. That your ancestors whispering in your ears to get out, is what you feel being this close to this building. It explains why many of the people that fly into the airport immediately leave the area as quickly as possible. It explains why many of the people that you see walking by have this shoulders up, hands in pockets ferocity, because they feel as if they are constantly under attack. The wrongness that is permeating from this building is in fact very contagious. You've never met these kindred before. What are the coincidental chances that you all would end up in the same place at the same time? What kindred would go out of their way to help another kindred, another person, let alone without any real reason? All of these thoughts are plaguing your mind because of the sheer, unbridled, open furnace door heat of all of this malevolence.
Anyone else feeling a little bit of the goosebumps?
They should build a malevolent shrine here.
Or
What? What?
And
No.
it is.
hearing the comments, I'm going to after I park the car, and I'm changing my spot because there is no street parking where I thought there would be street parking. So there's that parking lot that's in the building that's right. So if go like that T-junction I was referring to earlier on Adams, right next to the building, like the parking lot that's just that, yeah, that parking lot that you're centered on right now, I will park there.
Okay.
So like there's a building in between us and the big black void building, where I'm parking. If you see what I'm referring to, nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Great, fantastic. Okay. I'm hearing all these comments and I'm like, okay. I'm new at this, but I'm going to try to see if the type of praying I did the night before gives me anything with regards to this building. And I'm going to roll premonition, resolve aspects.
First things first. There is a covenant with the blood. There is, while you don't have a calf to sacrifice, you do have your vitae. Would you please be so kind as to roll your rouse check as you bite into your cheek and begin murmuring your prayers underneath your breath? And then, would you be so kind as to roll your resolve plus aspects?
Sure thing. Alrighty. So, okay. Pull one for rouse. Great, not hungrier. That's always nice. Five. Hunger. 3. And oops. And I'm going to do the spirit of roll as high as I can. I'm going to really focus on this because I have a feeling it's super important. So I am going to use a willpower.
Go ahead, click that. Yeah.
Didn't help, but okay. So I'm down the same successes. All right.
But you feel like you made more effort.
I tried harder. Didn't do anything. didn't do anything. I tried harder.
So 1724. You're not sure exactly why you know that, but 1724, in the northern county along the Scottish coast, you find yourself atop a ridge. There to your right is an estate carved into the very foundation of the mountain. The highlands which have given you your strength, your purpose, your ties to clan, kith, and kinsmen. But that estate that has long been rumored to be the home of demons has beckoned you forth, you and the entirety of the able-bodied men of your clan. It has taken you all a day and a half to mount the ridge to get this close to gaze upon where the invitation from the laird has reached you. As you cover the ground between your past and all the fortunes that lay ahead for you, the sky cracks, thunder streaks across your vision. An invisible thing that is invisible to every other person with eyes, you see clearly. A corpulent laird and his lady feasting upon the soft, tender flesh of your kinsman. And you see your brother's eldest and his youngest laid upon the table like lambs fattened for the slaughter. The day and a half that you all took to reach here, they somehow managed to do it in half that time. And in half that time, they slaughtered your entire village. And as you all and your other members of your clan, able-bodied, swords at the ready, prepare to end this horror before you, they toss a purse of coins upon the table. Each head, each person taken, paid in gold. A moment later, as you exit the estate, as you take your shame and your money and head back into the world, you find yourself in a boardroom. The numbers are off. We don't know why they're skewed this way. We should not be having the effect that we are. We're glad, but there's some outside presence causing the numbers to spike. The diseases that we are and you find yourself in a red glowing, what looks to be a laboratory hallway. The walls are stark and stone. There's blood splattered here and there. And there's this huge monstrosity of a feline stalking towards you. Its eyes as red as blood itself. Its teeth, its maw. This huge angry thing. And as it bears down on you with very little room for escape, you hear the gunfires ricocheting and bouncing off the walls around it as it dodges and leaps and mauls its way towards you. And no matter how much and the insurance covers or how little they take out of your check, you are beginning to rethink having signed up for that security job. And you find yourself here in the car with your compatriots, looking at the estate, the building.
Oh boy. I saw a lot. I presume with my intelligence, it's not weird for me to remember just about everything.
Only what you can relate in character.
Okay, so now I'm now trying to process what I just heard through Cheval's lens. Give me a sec. I bothered typing everything down because I know that Cheval's memory is better than mine.
So that's a good way to do it.
You see, I fixed that by making my character a intelligence 1. So I don't remember shit.
No. I probably am more like intelligence 3, but Cheval's a 4. So,
Listen, all I know is that Saber kicked their fucking asses.
Okay. Okay. So this is what I just received as an answer to my prayer.
What?
The first division took me to an old country that I don't recognize. Lots of grass, lots of green, oceanside, and there was an estate carved into the some high mountains near the coast, and that estate was rumored to be the home of demons, but I don't know this title. Was that title actually the word given to me, Laird? Like, yes. Cheval doesn't know. I know. Cheval doesn't know.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to change it to a word I know. A lord. Like I think it's a lord. It sounded funny. A lord summoned the men from the nearby village, and then lightning struck, and I saw the Lord and Lady eating all of the family of the men like lambs. But then they paid us all off. The Lord and Lady tossed a bunch of gold at the men to not kill them, I guess. And then
bad deal.
Flash to modern day boardroom where the numbers were off on the doors, and there was an outside presence that was messing around making artificial diseases and trying to plant them.
Wait, an outside presence? Like somebody that wasn't...
I just sensed that it was somebody who wasn't in my field of vision. Agency people, I don't know. I saw a brief glimpse of a lab.
All right, well, interesting information aside, that place is bad.
Oh man, Doctor, we should have packed more bullets.
The thing is, there's a story amongst my clan. The Feast of All Saints Slaughter is a well-known story as to how Duncern got their way into the Giovanni. Those people that were eating the other people were already like us in their own way, and instead of defending his people, he was paid off to look the other way. And that was how he brought his way into being what we are and has lived that long. Those are Dunson's people.
Wow, you tell good stories.
Listening intently, but when the word diablerie gets thrown out, there's this look of what?
Okay. Boy. This sure is a lot.
Alright, so, they're Duncern. We knew that. What does this change?
That they're possibly engaging in planting nasty diseases in the local population?
That wouldn't be good.
One part of the vision that I didn't get to yet was apparently it's a bad night to be a security guard.
What?
Wait. Now?
There's a huge cat stalking towards me with no room for escape, and at that moment I was having the perspective of a security guard who was thinking I shouldn't have taken my job.
Doctor, I love cats. Let's go right now.
It's also the point that Duncern is incredibly old. Incredibly.
That means he's really strong too, right?
Fuck.
Wait, who's strong? Dunstan?
Yeah.
Old vampires are strong, typically.
Well,
yeah, Doctor.
the old
We
ones
really
are.
messed up this time.
All right, look. What I can gather is that they're, as you said, seeding the population with this disease they're creating. And I don't know how long it will take, but this will have negative ramifications for us. So, if that operation is happening here, let's deal with it. Oh,
Let's
there
put
are,
an end to it.
6 kindred here, right?
Yeah.
Well, then
7.
Yeah, 7.
Wait,
Y'all,
don't worry about the good doctor. The good doctor's really good at hiding.
Yeah.
All right, well then.
Hey there, Doctor. I'll do the bad.
How about we enact some good old-fashioned justice out here and deal with 2 birds with 1 stone?
Or with 6 bullets in my clip.
Is it a clip or a mag?
It's a mag.
You make Jesus weep, boy.
Oh.
all I got is my natural talent.
I have a few knives to lend to the job if they're needed.
Oh no, I won't need them. But
No, they're for me. Don't you worry about that.
oh, perfect.
Alright. So we're all agreed? We're fucking this place up?
It seems like it.
Hey, before anything else, be quiet. We are right next to that military station.
Storyteller, can I double up on disciplines if they're free?
What?
oh yeah, you can activate more than 1 discipline at a time.
Oh yeah, I'm activating both of them. Then. If we're having to be quiet, I'd like to activate Silence of Death and Cloak of Shadows. Wait, no, not Cloak of Shadows. Sorry, Unseen Passage. I think I need to make a rouse check.
You do?
Yeah, but you'd have to first let us know to not look at you.
Oh yeah, that is right. You guys like? I don't like doing this in front of people. Can you just turn around or, like your shoes are untied or something? I don't know. Is that?
I grab like a small sunglasses, and I put them on, and I activate Eyes of the Beast.
No. Okay. Let me make this fucking rouse check. Jesus Christ. Oh man. Oh God. Oh golly, oh God.
So, as you all gird your loins, as you all tap into the powers of your blood, as you rely on what has allowed you all to survive the nights leading up to tonight, is there any other actions that you all are coordinating or doing, starting from the top? Amelie, Jabal, Edgar, Fitchin, Corinna, and Kimber.
How do we want to do it, team?
Well, we start from the top. Go on, Emily.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him.
Amelie would check her pocket because she normally has the vial with the spider in it. And before we get going, she'll pierce her thumb with her fang, drop some blood into the vial with the spider, shake it up, and then down it to activate spider climb.
Damn it, I didn't mean to do that.
God, that's always weird when you do that.
Oh, one of those. Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to activate Silence of Death also, which seems like just a normal precaution, but I am going to hold off on doing any Cloak of Shadows business because I first want to make sure we have a cohesive game plan.
Right.
So I'm going to just ask, okay, if we're trying to do this quiet, but also coordinated, how are we going to do that? Because the quickest way in is always to make a hell of a lot of noise. I can try to pick a lock, but I doubt that would work on something like this.
I'm not the most stealthy of persons, but I got my claws.
Your what? Oh, your claws.
I got claws, yeah. You know, I'm a wild girl. Gang girl. And I smile.
Me too.
Are there like any cameras around? Like, I guess like exterior cameras to like the place and kind of like regular CCTV, I guess. Around.
Are you asking that out loud, or are you asking that to storyteller?
I am asking the storyteller.
Got it.
I imagine there are so many cameras.
Okay.
Where are there? Because, you know, masquerade breaches.
Yeah, there's a combat readiness center next to an airport. The number of cameras in this area is shocking.
Yes. The number of cameras is yes.
Is yes.
And with that in mind, Edgar is going to go ahead and toss the hood of his jacket over his head and pull out a few blades and get them nice and sorted for ease of use. All right. Looks over to Amelie. I guess we're going up top then.
Okay.
How is everybody else getting up top?
I was more that you guys go in from the bottom and we help you out from the top.
Pincers. God.
That sounds fair. What about you, Doctor? What do you think? I know, right? Good plan.
Is anybody good at sneaking?
Yeah.
It's like scouting the joint.
Good at it, but with a lot of cameras, there's only so much it's going to do.
Look, I'm okay at getting around unseen. You gotta do that in order to survive. What?
I have a thing. I'm good at computers and stuff. I don't know if I could. I don't know. Maybe give us some time. I think.
Can you hack the Gibson?
I mean, if we send him towards like a local junction box, couldn't he just? No, they've probably got underground wires. What am I thinking about?
Well, that is
whatever we gonna do. It has to be all at once.
Yeah. Are you able to create a security threat that would like distract all of airport security to be on the other side of the base while we're trying to handle things?
Interesting.
Maybe, but I need time, and I don't think we have much of that.
No.
Okay, then let's not worry about that.
Okay. Storyteller, I rouse the blood for toughness.
You did. Very nice.
Yeah, I did. And basically, as this happens, Korean's gonna say, well, again, I was a coordinator within many political protests, and I was the kind of gal that kind of got behind or confronted police brutality. That kind of made me kind of like a tough girl, and I guess that's why my sire chose me. So I'm kind of the gal you need if you need someone to get a beating if things go haywire.
Keep those claws hidden till we're not in public.
Yeah.
All right. I got a knife with me. If need be.
All right. So all we've got so far is me and Amelie going up top. The rest of you figuring out whatever the hell is going on with you. Hopefully, with us going up top, Amelie, we're able to dodge the cameras, but be careful anyways.
All right.
And we can also scout from up there and let you know if anything is going down.
How you're gonna communicate between us?
I will throw a knife at you.
That sounds like a video game bullshit. But you know what? You do you.
And speaking of doing you, Kimber, while everyone else is pulling up laces and strapping on fingerless gloves, making sure that their mirrored sunglasses are properly affixed, what is Kimber preparing or suggesting gets done?
Well, Kimber suggested we scout and try and find a good way in. But she's going to use Sense the Beast to keep an eye out for things around them, for potential dangers.
I would like to help.
Sorry.
Okay. I can try to get us closer to the building with the least amount of camera action on us.
All right.
That sounds.
I mean, with Eyes of the Beast, I can also like help you spot the cameras to avoid them as well.
I kind of figure with all the cameras around, I'm not going to bother. To make it possible for me to lead, I'm not going to bother with Unseen Passage, because if there's a camera on us, it's a moot point anyway, unless we all have stealthy abilities that wouldn't really do much as a team. So actually, preemptively...
No, like I meant it more like spotting the cameras for you. I'm not sure if you can see well in the dark.
I have heightened senses.
Okay.
Yeah, and more to the point, I also have 3 dots in larceny to help me out here.
Okay, you're good. You're good. You're good. Don't worry. I'm just a new neonate that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
No worries. Trust me, I'm not exactly in my wheelhouse here either. I'm just trying to make sure there's a plan. So
a semblance of a plan.
Yes, I want to make sure there's a semblance of a plan. So I'm going what roll should I roll for figuring out what's a good approach path to the building?
Are you going to drive everybody over?
I think we're on foot at this point.
Yeah, I think we're on foot, like starting from behind. Yeah, starting from the parking lot I started at, and then like.
Yeah, so like
trying to approach the building as unnoticed as possible from that building's perspective.
There is a quote that sums up what actually is what is physically happening for this cadre of kindred. The race isn't given to the swift nor to the strong, but to those who endure until the end. It is literally a landmine, a no-man zone of space between where you are and where you need to get to, because there are so many active, mobile, flashing, easily discernible locations where cameras actually are. For a space such as this on the edge of the airport, there are slightly fewer actual lights. Normally, buildings have lights. For a building of that size, there'd be easily 4 or 5 parking lot height and brightness lights covering that space. Easily. That's not the case. Instead of it being every 175 feet to 200 feet. It's every 300 feet, every 400 feet that there's a light. In between those bright circles of, well, clear awareness, there are hills, ridges, whole mountainsides of darkness in between them. Instead of being a comforting feeling, seeing all of those lights spread out as they are, there's a very ill. For those of you who have been dead longer than a decade, those of you who involve yourselves with slightly extra-legal activity, people don't set up blind spots that they don't use, especially near high security areas. So for those of you who are attempting to climb the side of the building and make your way there across the rooftops as best as you can, jumping those wide, massive spaces, and those of you who are on the ground, what is necessary to avoid or make it pass with as little detection as possible, as far as you all can tell. Be so kind as to go ahead and roll your resolve plus stealth, and your DC is 4.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
rough. Hey,
Yeah, I'll do it.
So, but is it so? With that observation, as Cheval has some experience navigating subterranean passages that are made possible by gaps in lighting, can I look for anything that looks like it might be a trapdoor prior to this pursuit?
So that everyone heads off, you're going to hold back and begin scanning and inspecting the areas of access.
No. I'm saying follow my lead anyway. I mean, if they don't follow it, fine. But I'm going to. I'm not just scanning for the best route. Can I also scan to see if these gaps in darkness appear to be over any secondary entrances?
Also, like, I've got Sense the Beast on, so I'm using that to avoid any humans. Or, non-humans.
Yeah. Same here.
While it may not affect the roll, it is something for me to note. I do have Cat's Grace, so I don't believe I'll be slipping off the roof, at least.
No, you will not.
You said difficulty 4, right?
Yes.
I
am a god!
I'm having the time of my fucking life trying to roll this.
Okay,
I'm
thank
sorry,
you for
Lord.
Okay. All right, so I have to do the same roll as everybody else. Okay, no problem. Okay, so I'm still going to say follow my lead. We'll see how well I do on this.
I don't know. Should I roll? Should I re-roll? Should I do?
Yes, you should. Spend that willpower.
Well, no. There's unless Karina gets a 10.
Yeah, that's true.
Karina, you have a 1 in
And then
10.
it would be a bestial crit.
It's better than a failure.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm having the hardest fucking time rolling right now.
You have a 10% chance.
Wait.
Go ahead and get it.
Wait, what was the question? What was the thing? Does it count as a visual failure if I fail?
No. If you succeed, the only possible way that you can succeed is if you get a bestial success, like a messy crit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Should I do it? Should I crit max?
Only a 10% chance, but I believe in you. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3. Let's go. Nah.
Oh, it's normal success. Depression.
And actually, one success versus difficulty 4. I literally can't make it.
It's okay. The rooftop crew has got you.
Okay, so that did not work.
So we all have to roll stealth, right?
Yes.
Hey, Sherry, you've got exactly.
So I'm going to presume that margin matters. So I'm going to re-roll my failures anyway. Yeah. Okay. So it's horrible. It's
how was it that you wrote in Inkanu to take the willpower damage -1?
You can just click mark willpower use.
Oh wait, no, that's the wrong person's willpower.
Oh, you just spent Shard's willpower? Oh, that's a neat trick. Maybe I should do
I'll just throw my willpower damage onto, I don't know, Cheval.
I don't have that much left, actually.
Listen, this is actually what happened last time I was here. I failed my stealth roll.
Hey.
No. It's hunger. I'm bad. Willpower. Actually, I have a few to burn, but still.
Amelie and Edgar are ghosts in the night. You guys are bumbling Oompa Loompas.
Yeah. I had successes.
Yeah.
Not Oompa Loompa, but 2 successes isn't great.
It is. It unfortunately still very much is a bestial.
Yes.
You roar out into the night sky. Come at me, cowards!
Do you want me to roll compulsion? I mean, like.
No. You no.
How do you damn roll this shit? It's resolve, right?
Yes. So are you attempting to use the automation for Inkanu, or are you just going to go ahead and just roll your dice pools?
I mean, I'll do whatever is easier, to be honest. I just don't know how to do it.
Okay, so you're going to need to use the / and it should bring up a list of your options.
Mm-hmm.
When it brings up a list of your options from the top, there's going to be frequently used, and then your other applications, your other bots that you have access to. The one you're looking for is the one that looks like the red eye. It's going to say Inkanu. You can click on that, and then it's going to give you a list of the things that you can use as part of the automation. You can use your scroll button on your mouse, or you can just take that little click and hold it down and move up and down. When you find the roll function, it's going to be /roll. You're just going to go ahead, click where it says pool. When you do that, it's going to bring up pool hunger difficulty. Your cursor is automatically going to be in that pool box. At that point, you can either type out the skill and the trait that you are using, i.e. your trait plus your skill, and then tab over to your hunger, and you can either select use current or enter what your hunger is. Okay. Once you enter that, you're going to tab over and hit the difficulty, which is 4.
Okay.
And then when you tab over to difficulty, go ahead and hit enter, and you're off to the races.
Oh, okay. Oh shit! Yeah, awesome. I'm him. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Oh,
I am him. A messy crit. Oh shit!
No.
Oh.
No. The ground crew.
The honors goes to you.
What? Why is the ground crew so fucked up, Amelie? Like.
Well, the doctor told me to do it this way, so I think I'm gonna just.
Yeah, the doctor told me to do it.
Okay, so let's handle the mechanics portion of this now. Mechanically, does anyone besides Cheval and Fitch on the ground have a hunger at 4 or higher?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
As you all are sneaking from shadow to shadow, completely on camera, because some of the cameras don't have the flashing light to attract the gaze, and as you hit that second light, you actually notice that in those dark spaces are actually other cameras keeping watch on top of the redundancy of the cameras you can see. This innervates Cheval like nothing else, because this was not part of the visions and image given to you by Jehovah from on high. This was not part of the fucking plan. These demons, because that's what you feel that they are conspiring against God's will to assure that they spread as much venom into the world around you as possible. They are leading others astray in every way that they can. They're engaging in cannibalism, be that kindred to kindred or person to person. These beings, because you don't want to call them human and you're not sure if they're completely kindred or not, are the very soul of evil. Your ire rises, your ire raises. So much so that as you hit that second beam of light and moving through the shadows to avoid any easy detection, the security guard who happens to be there pulling up her pants as she happens to be utilizing the wide open spaces of marking her territory, i.e. she couldn't make it to the bathroom on the other side of the building in time, and she didn't want to ruin her pants. She, as you begin to put her low for serving the devil by proxy, is divested of her life by Fitchin, who, as you seem to be surprised and caught, rises to your defense, hit their inner monster, revealing itself like no kindred has ever not felt. Those teeth that are constantly chewing at the edges of your heart, weakening your resolve, causing all manner of doubt, and worse, your intrusive thoughts to have the fullness of your strength and what little grace you have. You've all been there, but never so publicly, never so with full, reckless abandon. Because one after the next, every inkling step of any small bit of you all being noticed is dispatched by Fitch as viciously and quietly as you have ever seen a lion hunt. You all make it to the building unseen. And the reason why you make it to the building unseen by those around you is because every person that had the opportunity of walking across your path or discovering you on the way there no longer exists.
It's so funny, Doctor. Oh, no, we have a mission to do. But it feels so good, Doctor. Come on. Just a couple more bites. Okay, Doctor. You're it.
Fitchin, remove all hunger from your character sheet presently.
I meant, no.
I'll go ahead and denote the same.
No, I mean, I'm like that. I meant, no, not supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be good.
+1 for Fitchin.
We're not supposed to
That's one
backslide.
stay for Fitchin, but Fitchin's at hunger 0. Okay.
Oh man.
You all have the opportunity of seeing the difference between the element of surprise and shock and awe combined into the specter of what Fitchin has never hoped to be. He is an angel of death.
Oh.
All right, well, we make it to the building. I'm going to try to focus on business, and I'm going to look for those trapdoors. And do I spot them? Are they easy to spot, or do I need to roll to see if I spot them?
There are several access grates to the lower portions of the building. There should be the sound of machinery. There should be the sound of turbines and fans and all sorts of manner of things that those access grates are typically used for. You hear something that you shouldn't. Not here, not near an airport. There shouldn't be any wild open water, but that's exactly what you hear. You hear what amounts to a raging, roiling river run rampant, echoed and magnified by cold concrete and steel, weighed down by the millions and millions of pounds of asphalt and concrete that forms the various runways across the airport. There's no waterway running underneath where this airport is, yet you hear it. It is a rapid.
That doesn't sound like a safe entry point.
And speaking of unsafe entry points, as you all glide along the rooftop, leaping from one building to the next, crawling down one, climbing up the other, making your way towards the heart of darkness, that is the Ballard Dunsern installation here. The building is warm. As kindred, you all are automatically drawn to sources of heat, because sources of heat are sources of prey. You all naturally fill your homes and spaces, your havens, with as much warmth as possible, because that's as close to humanity as you can actually feel in and of yourself. You know, each of you intimately, what a healthy human feels like in your arms, feels like beneath your touch. And unfortunately, because of your past working for the Bullfrog, you also know what a human feels like through your boot as you crush them into submission. This building is as warm as a healthy, active, virile adult. This building feels as if it's breathing and inhaling and exhaling beneath your boots, beneath your fingertips. Touching it feels like massaging someone else's palm into a restive state.
This, well,
Emily, can I look that up there? How long we gonna
there
get
was
him
any-
in?
Not long. I'd say 15, 14, 13. Okay, that's enough time. Okay. He kind of just follows some of their motions, notices some of them are just unfortunately failing in the act of stealth. It just, Amelie, I'm not too sure that we're going to be coming into this unnoticed.
Fitchin like walks like kind of nearby, and you can see just like he has like made like almost zero attempt to clean himself, but he's he seems rather he seems less nervous and more chipper, rather, and despite like his like now like tarnished appearance, he pretty much acts like it's normal. Like nothing has happened since coming here. He's, sorry we were late.
You say that up to the top of this building?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Alright.
He just kind of leans over and gives the shush finger.
I guess we gonna go in now.
Okay.
Yep. No, but are there any entry points, like roof access hatches, and so on and so forth?
Yes. Yes, there are.
Oh, great.
The layout of the building, from both top and bottom, from you all attempting to spit roast the building is very easily discernible. And that's the problem. A secret installation on the airport, close enough to be viewable from most landing planes. And based on the number of guards that Fitchin murdered, assassinated, and utterly divested of their semblance of lives, should still have at least 100 more guards present. There aren't. The quiet is telling. As you all enter, mount stairs, climb downstairs, circulate through the building. The emergency lights on, causing the halls to seem as if they are askew or askance, sitting at odd angles, until you blink or rub your eye and realize that no, it's just the fact that these lights are garish and seem to be ricocheting off of most of the hard surfaces that they're lighting up. It's not quite a kaleidoscope, but it is disconcerting enough that it's a problem. You all feel as if you're crawling through a human body. You feel as if you're crawling through the innards lit up like Christmas of some person's digestive system. The wall is hard and solid, yet it requires effort to stay focused on here and now. Most places rely on the higher levels being upper management. This place, everything pulls you towards the middle of the building, the impossibly labeled 13th floor, but you've each only gone up or down 7 stories. And not one guard, not one researcher, not one person to stop you, ask what you're doing there, to evade or otherwise slip around. You all came girded for war, and the quiet is telling.
I really don't like this place.
I really don't like it.
Hey, Emily, do you think they already cleared out of here?
I'm gonna see if I pick up anything new with heightened senses.
Are there any, also, I've got sense the beast on, and if there's any people or potential violence around.
I think we left it all outside.
Other than us.
I don't know unnecessarily. Maybe they done left, but it feels like maybe they're all waiting for us or waiting for something to happen. So maybe it's that they've all gathered in a more defensible place, or they were
Maybe it's a
expecting
trap.
some sort of thing. It feels wrong.
You think they saw us coming?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. So as far as I'm aware, are me and Amelie off on our own while the other group enters through the bottom?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So you're 7 floors down and we're 7 floors up, and we both haven't hit 13 yet.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Whatever the top floor is, you're 7 floors down from the top floor, and we're 7 floors up from the bottom floor, and we both haven't yet hit floor 13.
Oh no, you both all exit out onto floor 13.
Oh,
You've only gone up 7. You've only gone up 7 flights of stairs. You've only gone up 7 stories, and you all have only come down 7 stories. How are you at the 13th floor? Is a question that's playing at the back of you all's minds. Because if you're being fair, 7 up, 7 down puts you approximately in the middle if the building is equidistant. But that's an impossibility when the building looks to be easily 19, 20, maybe 22 stories tall. Yet you've all each covered 7 stories and find yourselves here on the 13th floor.
Oh yeah,
I don't-
it's definitely a trap.
I don't like it. I don't know. Something ain't right here.
Hey,
Like-
look, if if going 7 up gets you on 13, then maybe there's some subterranean levels that they're accounting for.
There's a river underneath this building, or something like it.
Like Anakin said once before, I have a bad feeling about this.
Honestly, let's just figure out how to get in, get out as fast as possible. This place is fucking creepy.
Agreed.
And let's get rid of the large kitty cat, because it's the only thing I haven't seen yet.
Well,
the numbers are off, and it was a bad day to be a security guard.
There's nothing above. There's nothing at least 7 layers below you. So let's check this floor, and then after that, look for subterranean entrances. Go to the bottom floor and see what we can find.
Here's the question. As you guys are all on the 13th floor, how do you all check?
How do you all what?
How do you all check? You all are exiting the stairwell on the 13th floor. Amelie and Edgar experience all of the lovely, wide open offices of upper management, suites upon suites, designed for comfort and prestige. You've all moved through the lower and middle management, so there's just rooms and rooms of cubicles and shared cafeteria space, and yet here you all are on the 13th floor. There's a huge set of doors, roughly 10.5 feet tall, as you all exit onto the 13th floor. That is all that's presented here. There's a cubicle that you all are in, a square cubic room, and the doors into the floor sit there. They're these massive wood things, polished and lacquered to an almost mirror-like shine. The rest of the building has been all new wave deco and brutalesque in style. These doors look like they could hang on the outside of a Shinto shrine. These doors, wrought with iron scroll work, look as if they belong in the outside of some temple in the middle of nowhere, or some Scottish keep in the Highlands. The question is, as the doors are before you, how will you check, explore this floor?
All right,
Kimber like holds up her hand and she says, "There. You said that cat was very violent. Might be behind that door."
Does this scroll work look reminiscent of anything from my vision?
The style of the iron scroll work looked very much like it would be at home on a rich Highland estate or a Shinto shrine. It's big, it's thick, there's fine filigree. It's the sort of thing that, had not modern technology been invented, would be the thing that artisans would work on and work at for years to get right.
Got it.
So it is better.
Can Fitchin check for wards? Maybe there's like wards or something on it.
What are you gonna do? Cast a spell magic?
Hey.
So yeah, I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say, looks like it was transported here from my dream.
I'm gonna prepare.
Behind the big doors like that is nothing ever good. So prepare for violence.
I'm going to.
Aye, Captain.
I take my scalpels and I put them in my hands like Wolverine claws.
You use scalpels?
Are there security cameras in
Than
here?
regular knives.
On the stairwell? Yes.
On the stairwells.
Yeah.
I move away from the stairwell, and I get my clothes out, and I get hungrier.
All right. Who's gonna do the honors?
Sure. Let me do it. I go and open this stupid door.
Excellent. Would you be so kind as go ahead and roll your strength and brawl, or strength and athletics?
Strength and brawl? Say no more.
Uh-oh, Doctor. Stay behind me.
Alright, let's go. Strength and brawl, that's an entire 8. That's a 4 hunger. And that is a 0 difficulty. Let's fucking go. Oh, that's not bueno. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna roll some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck up that door and hope they're not recording it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, just blow the door off its hinges. Yeah.
Corinna goes at the door. The first pull doesn't do anything. The second pull does even less. In frustration, she begins hacking at the door.
Mm-hmm.
She catches herself in the middle and realizes it's not a pull, it's a push.
Oh my god. Oh. Jesus.
Doing so, despite the little circular door knockers that make it seem as if it should be pulled, she gets the door open. That is a humongous problem. There should not be a banquet table laid down the center of the space, but there is. The windows out onto the tarmac, in front of which is standing a red-haired ginger gentleman with his back to you all, should not be waiting there calmly. At both sides of the table, 3 on each side, should not be rather corpulent, large men, half with beards, all with long hair, all looking very much like old money.
Oh, and I should have probably described this, but I kind of look half wolfy with all of my feral whispers. Like I got claws, I got a little snout now. It's all fun. And that's what they see first, if they turn.
They don't. That is the part that's most unnerving. They're talking amongst themselves, even though the door swings open into them, into their space. There is no way to ignore nor not realize you all are there. And they're talking in their Scottish Gaelic to one another.
What the actual fuck is up with these people?
No, don't you know that it's rude to interrupt the conversation already in process? Well, pull up and sit down. We'll be with you in a minute. And then they go back to talking.
On that note, Doctor, I think we should leave. But we do have
I have this conviction they need to die. Basically, right? So I'm not leaving. I am going to position myself to do harm to one of them.
Uh-oh.
Like that's what I'm doing.
Oh man.
What?
So, Chaval, you go rushing into the space?
I go rushing into the space. I pick one of the nearest by guys to try to be in a position to maim. Yes.
All right. That being the case, would you be so kind as to go ahead and roll your resolve plus stamina?
That is an unusual roll indeed. Resolve plus stamina. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's about to get hit with a 3-piece combo. Jesus. Like, Jesus Christ. No fries.
Hunger, difficulty.
Hunger and as whatever difficulty you want to put, as high as possible.
Got it.
We should have brought grenades.
Yes.
Let me check my items. Let me see if I actually have any. I don't think I do. Not even close.
I'm not gonna bother with a willpower reroll because there's only one die it can affect anyway.
One more is one more.
Not doing it.
I mean, I do have a laser pointer.
Cheval, you move into the room. You see their corpulent, grotesque renditions of what being America as a country is like. Fed on the blood of the innocent, stuffed to the gills, and uncaring about those there to change or affect things. You rush forward, or your mind tells you do. Your mind tells you that the pain coursing through you is just a figment of your imagination. Your mind tells you that this cannot be possible and this is not real. However, those around you realize that it very much, in fact, is, because as you step in, you drop in unbridled pain. The electricity rippling along your skin, visible to those standing still in the hall.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man. Doctor, it didn't work.
So I presume I cannot make I cannot respond right now. I'm just stuck.
You are effectively a heap of pulsating flesh.
Got it. Okay.
Nice.
Nice caulk. Oh no.
If you're not going to control yourselves, we'll have to do it for you. Again, it's rude to interrupt. Pull up or sit down. Have a seat there. We'll be with you in a minute. And they go back to speaking to each other in Gaelic. It's funny how it feels, for those of you who have gone to a Baptist church or who has listened to old pre-Motown, the enter and call of a Sam and Dave, the enter and call of Smokey Robinson and his backing band, the entering call of Gladys Knight and the Pips, the entering call of Go With God and With You, and that sort of feeling is what is happening in their conversations with each other. You all understand Gaelic about as well as a 16th century farmer would understand geophysics. Yet you have an idea that they are actually conversing with each other, but that may not be the truth because you don't understand the language nor what that is that they're saying.
I think Fitchin would just actually take a seat. He'd actually sit down.
Would you be so kind to roll your resolve and stamina?
Uh-oh. I guess I am the finished. Okay. My resolve and stamina. Lordy, resolve stamina. And what's the do I set the difficulty to anything?
As high as you possibly can.
Okay. Here we go. Oh no. Oh no. I failed.
I mean, you didn't fail yet. They haven't attacked. They haven't done their attack roll. Also,
well, you added a DC 10. That's why that's failure.
Yeah.
It said the highest I could go. That was pretty much the highest that's on the thing.
No,
it's the highest you can roll.
You can re-roll your failures.
Oh wow! Look at you.
Or you could just succeed.
I don't know about that.
No, you just did. You just did.
Oh, I did not mean to.
They can have.
You didn't mean to what? You walk into the room and the Gaelic grows. At least for you, you feel it washing over you, like someone's attempting to scrub your skin with a chore boy or SOS pad. And you settle into the seat. The electricity rolling along your skin without immobilizing you.
Kill me.
Kimber's gonna try to charge in and so pop her claws, charge in, and try and hold one of the guys hostage with claws to the neck.
Oh! Will that lead?
Make it happen. Resolve plus stamina. As high as you can.
0. Hunger. 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's about as good as it can. Yeah, no, GG's.
Fuck your lightning.
Damn. I didn't know I was gonna get hit with the fucking Chidori over here. Jesus.
Oh.
Is when Kimber rushes into the room, the chanting grows higher because that's what they're actually doing. They're actually manifesting a connection between this building and the land itself. They're actually channeling the lightning of the earth into each of you all that enter the room as a show of force, a show of power, holding you all still for the eventual sacrifice that will unleash their plan upon the coast. As Kimber covers the distance, claws that are her hands, snatching at the nearest member of the council and pulling them out of the chain of back and forth answer and call Gaelic that they were doing. Only then, as this member is snatched, the claws are pressed to them, does the lightning stop rolling over Jabal. The lightning stops rolling over Fitchin. Now that's just unseemly. You do understand that there's very little you can do to stop it, while there's much we can do to stop what is in the offing. Now don't be hasty.
Little is nothing.
It might as well be. You do realize what we've been doing to you here. Now. It's only a fraction of what's happening out there as we speak. We're nearly at the complete tipping point where not even we might stop it.
Kimber just murders this guy.
Tackle. I want to tackle them as they're having this conversation.
She's got her claws at this guy's throat. And so she just digs him in and tries to rip his throat out. Mid-sentence. I'm not here for evil monologues.
I'm no longer paralyzed.
Correct?
No.
We are no longer.
Okay. I am going to throw a knife at the speaker.
The gentleman that's just to the left of Kimber. There really, as long as you all don't fail, there is really not much they can do physically. All of their abilities were group-oriented, disrupting their current. Their channel is a slaughter. As you all work your way through the room, are any of you all not attacking? Are any of you all not disseminating these members?
That's what I was going to say. Amelie, even though she doesn't understand the exact words that they're using, she's very well and familiar with chanting to raise power. So that is a recognizable thing for her. So she's more worried about what they're saying. The fact that they're saying they raised power and it's going to have to go somewhere, she's not going to attack until she can figure out the nature of what the fuck they were trying to raise.
I think Fichten's of the same mind.
And to be clear, I only want to get the speaker to shut up. I want to leave one of them alive to be able to figure out what the heck is going on.
I was gonna say we should leave one of them alive also.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I can work with that. But yeah, I'm knuckles, claws, and teeth into whichever is closest to me. Absolutely going animal.
Yeah, Kimber is also very feral right now.
Gangrels for the win.
Gangrel power. Glowing red eyes.
Fangirls.
So, Amelie, would you be so kind to go ahead and roll your intelligence plus blood sorcery or occult? If you use just blood sorcery, you'll be -1.
Alright. Is that +1 my help, Kimber? Or is that like something else?
What?
Intelligence and intelligence and blood sorcery, or intelligence and occult?
That is the
I'm gonna go with the both. I do have a specialty with ghosts. Is that gonna help or no?
Yeah.
No, it's a style of magic. It is a school of thought. It's not Hamatics that you are actually listening to.
Okay. No, I was asking Kimber if that +1 was like something from their stuff, or is that was that my help?
Oh, you were asking about the +1? I have a specialty with claws.
Ah, that would explain it. Then I should be rolling my own roll? Question mark?
We basically just narratively destroyed them.
Yes, there's physically nothing that they would be able to actually do.
So leaving the speaker alive is my intention.
All right. I'm pretty sure Kimber already said they wanted one person alive, and I think that's going to be the speaker. So yeah, I'm just clawing at the other one. As Kimber kills the other, and then we leave the speaker alive.
We did it! Yay!
Yay, we win!
I don't know if we've won yet. I am waiting on Amelie big time.
Oh man.
So as you all leave Alexander as the last and final member of this particular council, he starts chuckling. I can't believe it. He was fucking right. Mr. Calloway, he said if I gathered them all here, that you all will come running.
I knew it was a trap. Aw, rats. Man.
Louis looked at the last one, walking closer to him. What
I can't believe it.
Their lines?
I've not done nothing. If you're not paying attention, I'm just an information officer. These fucknuts were the ones. No bullshit. You've killed all of the main council. Mr. Calloway said that it would take something great for you all to amass. He said he'd make sure of it, but I don't see the Evergreen fella. Where is the hoss and boss? He said something about a very large fellow, bald, large beard, blonde feller, much like you, but younger.
What the fuck are you talking about? And why?
Bullfrog is still alive.
What?
Amelie looks to the rest of them, raising her voice so that she is heard. I don't know how much you all know, but there are things in this world that are entirely magical and can be altered and changed and redirected. This place is sitting on the nexus of a ley line, fairly powerful.
They actually twisted things.
Yes, they've switched it and they've harnessed it, and they're going to do whatever they're going to do with it. But anytime you have something like this happen, it's like building a dam on a rushing river, and it's going to build up and build up and build up until it can't be contained any further and explode. And then when that sort of thing happens, it's chaos, pure and unadulterated chaos and terribleness.
Oh, because not quite.
The non-natural order.
Well, not quite. There's a vent gap at the Calloway estate. Actually, this was part of Mr. Calloway's plan. Once that bitch Alea came for his head.
Who's that?
The Baroness. The Baroness. He wants the Baroness dead. That makes sense. Makes perfect sense. The Baroness wanted him dead. He's returning the favor. Good on him. Makes sense.
So what exactly?
So please tell Mr. Calloway the following. I to my knowledge, two of the people he's looking for are no longer here with us.
Oh, that's not fun at all. Wow.
Because and just double checking, storyteller, they weren't at Elysium because they were dead already at that point. Just double checking, I have my timeline straight.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. Yeah. So the two people he just referred to, both did not attend the last Elysium and are later with us.
Our Elysium's fun.
Depends on who you're talking to.
Oh man.
Well, if you'll be excusing me now, I've got to go let the shareholders know that we've run over budget. Our project gets cancelled, and spread the word along to Mr. Calloway that his plan worked as he had envisioned it. Yeah, if you'll excuse me.
In his back.
No. Let him go.
Oh, okay. I thought we were here to
go.
Let him go.
Okay. Your hands up.
You have better reasons to let him go than just the words "let him go."
All right.
So fair enough. You're talking about a man who's delivering a message to the guy who owns this nuke we're standing on. If the messenger doesn't show up, do you want to run the chance that he just spouts off this nuke randomly, thinking he's in trouble?
Well, he is in trouble.
Okay, then you'd rather him launch the nuke at his target as opposed to at, say, us, right?
I want to live.
Great.
Yes.
Then rather let Baroness Aleha take the bullet than us, right?
Yeah, I think. I don't know who that is.
Sure, I feel very comfortable with that.
I have no ill will against Baroness Aleha.
Me neither, but I also don't want to take a bullet for her.
That's fair.
Is there a phone in the room?
So, Calloway's plan worked.
Aye, it did. You've gotten rid of the council for, well, you've gotten rid of this particular council. The company, of course, is still standing, but all things considered, I think that was a job well done. I'll make sure to pass along the word that his replacement did their job.
Yes. Cheval sends her regards.
All right, I'll spread the word. Cheval did his job.
Oh, that's right. You can't see me. I'm full dressed up. I can't tell what gender I am. Fair enough. I won't bother correcting him. I just want him to go and deliver the message as soon as possible, so it's fine.
All right, fine.
Did we win?
I don't know.
No,
I don't
We
consider
did
this
not.
winning.
We survived.
Of course you won. You've done the bullfrog's bidding, and there's less of these fuckers around, which means, well, my path to the top is almost assured. Thank you for your help. Again, I'll pass along the word. You all have a lovely evening. By the way, well, you'll figure it out. And he heads out of
Wait.
the room as quickly as possible. And
I want to figure it out, please.
I got a question. What's the deal with the giant cat?
Yeah, I like cats. Wait, I wasn't supposed to say that.
You yell at his quickly fleeing footfalls.
Yes, I like chase after it.
He's quickly
Like,
fleeing.
tell me
I'm gonna be like, if he wants to run, we should too. And I'm gonna start running.
That's what I'm saying. Amelie is not sticking around because you all won't listen to the fact that they need to fix this. So she's leaving.
Yeah. If
No, we're letting them live.
Is there any can I scan around for any, I guess, residual thing like artifacts or tech or whatever they've got in this room? If there's anything in it.
Oh yeah, can we loot the room?
Yeah. If he's leaving, shit.
He's not leaving. He's fleeing at his top ground speed.
I mean,
that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, he's looking at, but treasure and all, For example,
okay. Lara Croft here. All right. Well, I'm not Lara Croft. I'm just running.
Okay.
I'm running after this guy, yelling about the cat.
2, 3.
I'll follow. Just, hey, I want to know about the cat.
And Fitchin's fleeing. And Corinna, are you exploring the room still? Is that a yes? You guys you're gonna stick around and explore the room?
She's choking on something.
Don't die.
I just sound like that when I cough. I am not exploring the room. I am running after the guy yelling about cats.
I'm just dumbfounded. It's hot. I'm just dumbfounded.
Okay, so to be clear, I'm running back the way we came in, as far as my chosen escape route.
I'm following this guy, obviously.
I'll follow right behind and say, a doctor, make sure you keep up.
Amelie?
I told you, Amelie was the first one out the fucking door after that guy.
So which exit? Which exit? That's all. The only question is which exit.
You gotta go home, but you gotta get the fuck up out of here.
No. I'm gonna try to get out of here.
The reason why I was asking, and what was slightly pointed towards, there really is a roiling river, one of man-made creation, of unnatural origination. They literally were tying and building the force of all of the many ley lines together into this building. The reason why the building felt human, felt warm, felt living is that in every way except for how mankind sees life, it very much is alive with the powers of the dead. The ley lines of the surrounding area bound together towards their ends and their purpose, which they didn't see the fruition of. So much like priming, or as they say, a test shot, the energy continues to build. The presence of evil, i.e. an unnatural control over the worlds, the other side of the veil, keep building up and test fire into the night sky through the building. You all are not alive enough to simply get the heebie-jeebies and get a little sick, nor are you dead enough to be swept along with the flow of power. You are purposefully and perfectly balanced right on the midpoint of both ends of the spectrum, alive and dead, meaning that for you, it is effectively ablative damage, raw, that affects the spirit first and then the body. Those of you who are close to the building feel the aftershocks. Those of you in the building take the brunt of the test firing.
Oh, God.
And as you all are awash in the aftershock of all of that initial test firing, which is roughly 10% of the flow that is moving through this building, popped off like a geyser, like Old Faithful. I'd like to thank you all for a lovely episode. And the rest will be played out in text over the next few days until midnight and sunrise next week.
We survived. We did it.
We did it. We won.
I am very glad
we did win
from the building as fast as possible.
Yeah.